I'm Chief Sweet, and today I'm going to teach you how to take care of the Texas brown tarantula, also known as Aphonopelma hentzi. The Texas brown tarantula is a North American species inhabiting the southern regions of the United States. Females usually live 30 years or more, and males live 8 to 12 years, so they are a very long-lived tarantula species. Females usually max out at sizes of 6 inches, while males max out at 5.5 inches. This video itself will be broken up into 5 parts. 1. Habitat, 2. Cage size, 3. Substrate, 4. Feeding, and 5. Temperament. So let's go ahead and go to our first category, habitat. The Texas brown's habitat is very hot and dry since it lives in the prairie lands of the southern Midwest. You do not need heat, and room temperature will do just fine. You do want to keep the humidity low though. I'd recommend dripping water down the side of a tank or mist it if it's in a bigger enclosure about once a week. Number 2, cage size. Now this part is really important because it really depends on what size your Texas brown is. The general rule of thumb is 2 to 3 times the leg span of your tarantula. So if you have a baby that is below 1 inch, you probably need a really small enclosure. Small enclosures can be anything that can house it safely. This includes small jewelry boxes, old watch boxes, and the most popular one is AMAC boxes that you can buy online, link in the description. When getting these boxes, you really want to make sure that the lid is secure and that you drill air holes in the top and side for cross ventilation. Make sure the container is deep as well because this is a burrowing species, so give them room to dig. Juveniles and up, you can follow the same rule of thumb. My Texas brown is almost 4 inches. I'm going to keep her in a 5-gallon terrarium with a screen lid. This is where she will spend the rest of her life, which is probably going to be 25 years or more hopefully. Number 3, substrate. For substrate, I like to use peat moss as the main ingredient. I add a little sand and cocoa fiber and mix that in. Not too much though, maybe like a little cup of sand and a little cup of cocoa fiber. One important thing to do is make sure to use organic peat moss. Do not use Miracle-Gro or anything with plant food or fertilizer in it, as that will be harmful to your tarantula. I mix the substrate together and fill my terrarium about halfway up. I then go ahead and start a little burrow for her because they do inhabit abandoned burrows, so having a pre-made one will make her happy. Number 4, feeding. For babies, you can feed them pinhead crickets to small size crickets 4 to 6 days apart. Juveniles and up, you'll want to feed them less, probably about once a week. You also want to judge if they need food by the size of their abdomen. If it's fat and plump, I won't feed them, but if it starts to get smaller, a little saggy, you definitely want to feed them. One important thing I like to advise against is do not overfeed your tarantula. These guys aren't giant NBA players that you need to feed and they just continuously get bulk up and get bigger in size. They can go weeks without eating, and doing this can make them go into pre-molt. After your tarantula is molted, you should wait some time before feeding it, about 1 to 2 weeks. For water, I provide mine with a water dish, like I said, and for babies, you can just drip down the side of the enclosure, or you can just drop a little drop onto the web or mist it. 5, temperament. Now, I will say that this tarantula is an amazing beginner pet. They aren't aggressive, they are super docile, and they don't bolt. These are super easygoing guys, which makes cage maintenance a breeze. So that's all I have for today. Like I said, these are pretty easy to keep tarantulas. I highly recommend them for beginners. And if you have any other questions, tell me down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.